So the construction has started. Mining takes a long time, but the construction or building part is fairly simple. And Merv's just sort of looking at me in a very funny way. We do need more builders. I wonder if we can change the weaver into a worker for the time being. Yeah, we don't really need you right now. So I think changing your profession to a worker just for this moment is a good idea. Invaders are approaching, apparently. Let's get the footman over there. And I don't really want... Let's have them run off. There we go. The footmen are going in. Right, so we don't really need you to muck around with this anymore. They might even fight. Well, they might even help, but it doesn't look like it. This armor has helped them substantially, however. An horrible... The Alwyn Red Elm. Ho there. Is this a new settlement of Berryfield? Said you'll be out here, but it's always a bit tough. It's always a bit touch and go in the early days. Shall we get started with the proclamation? Well, welcome, milady. By your order, Princess Di... Okay, cool. Danaea, First Lady of the Ascendancy, and in those... You know what, I'm really bad at just... Yeah, sure. Rewards, yeah, okay, cool. Ooh. I think we go for Craft Masters. How else can he gain renown? Mason So. Cool. I can't read in this game. I don't know if it's a combination of the background color. Oh, wow, okay. Yeah, combination of the background color and the font style, but it's just all jargon to me. Not blaming the game, blaming me. But getting that extra worker is quite useful. Seems really weird that sometimes they place the rock and mine it at the same time. I wonder if they're all still glum. Oh, some of them are a little bit better now. I wonder why. I think it's just because the raw meal seems to have upset a few people. I mean, what do we have right now when it comes to food? 217. Doesn't really tell us specifically what we have. We can look at the contents, however. Lots of jerky. I wonder if that's why they're annoyed. We just sort of get it. That's the thing. We could sell some of our items here to make ourselves a little bit of extra money. Yeah, we might want to sell some of these pelts. Sell some clay, sell some of this. Just trying to make a little bit of extra money. I think we're fine with that for now. Can't believe health pots are only 1 gold. It's quite cheap, really. I'm looking forward to seeing this blacksmiths in action, though. I'm having a little bit of trouble talking. It's been a bit of a problem all day, I won't lie. I've been just mumbling. I keep tripping over my words. Merv keeps acting aggressively towards me. Just every time. I think it's Merv that's distracting me. I do blame him for most things. He does tend to be the master distractor. It's a key skill that I think he holds and uses against me. And probably will do for the remainder of his days. I say that as if it's coming to an end. Don't you worry, Merv. Right, so that's all set up. So I like the idea of getting this building constructed, although we do want to remember getting some houses done for living quarters is also a very good idea. So having a house on this side is quite nice. This is probably going to end up being a big farm. So we're going to end up having this all fenced off. Now what I want to do is make this into a farmhouse. So we got a building over here, which is the 3rd level house that we have. And this is going to end up being a sort of lovely little farm shack. Might be even further down, or it could be the one at the end there. We might even end up having it along here, or maybe even at the back. Just sort of out of the way. But then again, there might be the bridge along here, and it might seem a bit out of place. So perhaps on the side is not a bad spot for it. Although it does go a bit further out, but that's because the doorway does go in slightly. So we have to remember that. And if it were to be a bit closer, the fenced off area is probably going to be directly next to it like that. So perhaps being a bit further away would be quite nice. How's that for a connection? It's quite a nice house. I do like this one. This is probably what we're going to end up having here. In a few houses, we will try and change the sort of variety a little bit. We'll probably spawn in some of these houses like this one right here. This actually does end up being quite a cool little barracks that we ended up mucking around with during the stream. So just simply changing the roof style to... oh, the game's having a few issues. Yeah, it's changing the roof style to this and getting rid of the sides and just making it all stone. Changing the windows as well. Excuse me. Ends up making a really cool barracks design, which I like the idea of. But we'll probably just end up changing the color of the roofs and maybe changing the direction of the design a little bit. Like, we can end up doing that instead if we really wanted to. Although it does make a bit of a spam head for the roof, which isn't ideal. We could change it sort of east to west. That kind of thing. Oh, the other way around even. South to north. There we go. It seems to just make it clip. That's interesting. Yeah, it just bugs out and goes back into the same orientation it was in before. There we go. If you do the north version, then it won't bug out, but you have that bit at the back. That's really interesting. Something for us to think about, but for now, we can just remove that. No, remove, please. There we are, thank you very much. So what we do want is probably this Berryfield house, which we can eventually sort of change into a hut that can be connected to our farmhouse area. So if we were to probably generate that around about here, but then again, maybe at the back. Yeah, I might end up having this on the back area. Maybe pointing away, and then we can have the walkway sort of go across here along the side, or maybe going across this way, connecting up to it like this. But that means we might need to make a door in the back just so it's easier access for any of the farmers to put the food down in this area. The thing is, if we want the food here, it might be better off just having the food in this sort of general spot, which means we'll have to move a lot of the items that we have around here. So for now, I think having a storage area just to put all this stuff in would make the area look much cleaner. And then eventually we can probably dismantle this house. Well, we don't have to dismantle it. We can add to it if we wish to do so. But for now, I don't really mind the idea of plopping one right there. It's quite a pretty looking house. The only issue we really have are the little additions that we have on these sides. So what we need to do is pick up all these flowers, because we do need some blue flowers for some of those. And also at the same time, I would say we should get this constructed. We don't have everything that we need, but as long as they can get the house done, I'm sort of fine with that. And I think they will be able to add everything once we get everything set up. The only issue we're going to have is a lack of vase. We aren't going to have that. So we probably want to take that out of the equation, really. Let's go back to edit. There we go. We're definitely not going to be able to make one of those anytime soon. So we can... It's not... Yeah, it's still building, so that's good. But at the moment, we're just moving some of these blue flowers. We can have the game run in the background while we're doing this. We'll just put them down over there for now. I hope we're not going to be using up all the time of the Hearthlings here by picking up these blue flowers. Or by having them build the building and not haul the blue flowers. But I think everyone else can haul. So we're probably all right there. Everyone else not doing anything anyway, other than the fighters. The main issue we will have is if any enemies spawn all the way over here. Now, do we have any other flowers lingering? Oh no. Okay, it's not that bad, actually. No, the fighter's already nearby. Although you are on fire, interestingly enough. I wonder if that's because of your trait. Yeah, okay, you're hot-headed. So that basically triggered and you didn't want to run away from the fight. Now, you run into a goblin, which means there's a goblin camp over here. Okay, then. So we can go and deal with that very quickly. Daily update. Net worth. Nice. So you got a new person. Welcome to Berryfield. Whoa, you're a bit close for comfort there. Whoa. Okay. 2 6s and a 2. To be honest, I'd rather change the mind to the spirit being a 6. That would make for a much better fighter. But anyway, we will rename you. Let's see. Let's change you to... I mean, high body. The low spirit makes you less competent as a fighter, but it's still something to think about. I think higher body also gives you increased inventory capacity. That not something to be quoted on. But we'll probably make you into a crafter of some renown. So let's see. Then again, we got female. We got someone here that wishes to be a blacksmith, and I think you would make for a pretty good blacksmith just because of that high mind skill. Let's make you into Crystal Voileau. Is it Voileau or Voila? Voileau. There we are. Fantastic. So you will eventually be our blacksmith. I don't know if you need to be a mason before a blacksmith. I don't know how this works. Change jobs. I'm pretty sure you can just go straight to blacksmith. Yep, you can. You can go to blacksmith straight away. That's good. We are definitely going to need one of those. Oh, another army. Oh, no. We're fighting the ones that are just lingering around in the base. Or in their little camp. This healer is absolutely amazing. It's always a huge power strike to have a power spike to have a healer. How are they doing with the building? It's looking good. Now, if they do end up having trouble constructing the whole thing, the game still has a building bug. We will just end up spawning it in. There's a fairly small structure. There's not too much added to it, so they should be able to get that constructed. Now, what we really want to do, I'm hoping, yeah, they get it all done for me. That's fantastic. So at the moment, we don't have the flowers. We also don't have the iron ore for this reinforced door, so we probably want to change that. Well, it's sort of too late now, I think, yeah. That's fine. We can get the reinforced door done later. Or we can mine over here and see if we can find any iron. 5 wooden window frames. And you get 1 stone mall. I like the idea of that. 5 wooden window frames. I will accept that deal. I wonder if it adds that to the construction log straight away. No, it doesn't look like it. These small window frames, right? Just wooden window frames. So he wants 5 of those. Probably make an extra 5. Just in case. He did want 5 of them, right? There's a log, isn't there, that I can check? No? Okay, kind of. I mean, I may have missed it. Probably overlooked it there, but oh well. The main issue I'm going to have is the back roof, if they can actually get that constructed, because that is an original sort of block-by-block creation. We've got a nice little stretch of road right here as well. I'm just wondering where the exits are, so I like the idea of having a bridge going towards a sort of little keep that we might have, well, might have over here. I might even stream the construction of that. And more enemies! The main issue we'll have when construction... Alan, okay, it looks like they just spawned on you. That's a little bit annoying, but okay. I hope you run off. Okay, thankfully you are. That's good. I don't know if they spawned on you. No, it doesn't look like they spawned on you, but if for some reason you went in this particular direction. Something else I've forgotten as well is that the trapper needs to have some more spots. Let's quickly get that done before I forget. Trying to find the trapper spot here. There we go. Just have a few of them littered around. So let's go out of fighting mode. Whoa, what the hell's the cleric doing? Whoa, did you see that jump? That was amazing. Oh, the cleric's gone to heal. All right, then. All right, if you could attack that mother trucker there, that would be amazing. The health seems to be being well maintained. Now, the enemy does have a bit of a power spike. I think once the sort of armored groups, kobolds, orcs, ogres, that kind of stuff, when they start appearing, that's when you start to have trouble. Also, the giant rock golems. So, sort of getting some of the house done at the moment. Wood is... do we have a lot of wood? Oh, we have 5 fine wooden window frames. I don't want 5 of them, though. I don't want 5 fine wooden frames. I just want the other ones. Ooh. 2 fine wall lanterns. That's interesting. They look really good. Anyway, I'm looking for wood. Okay, oak logs, they're looking a little bit low. We can do a little bit of extra mining. Probably in some of these bigger trees around the back here. There we are. I don't mind doing that. We can cut these 2 trees down and probably some of these smaller ones. There we are. So how are we doing on the roof? It's looking good to me. Now, we'll probably make this into a housing area just because a lot of them are quite glum. Although, then again, some of them are getting quite content, which is good. The main issue we have are, well, the lack of a door, really. So if we can find some iron ore, that would be great. I don't think we are going to be that fortunate. Wow, okay. Very high rate of enemies coming in. I forgot how aggressive this game gets on challenging. Alright, we'll be able to get that done. Meanwhile, we can look for iron. Going to be somewhere around here. Maybe I have to actually search the area now. Minus strength. Level 2 cleric. The cleric presence improves the muscle of those around them. Good. It's going to make us much more potent as a fighting force. I guess we keep mining downwards. There we are. We're going to have to mine a bit further at some point. But if we keep mining, we're eventually going to find iron ore. So that house is being constructed now, for the most part, anyway. So what we can do is slice that. Every time you're in slice mode, it sort of bugs the game out. It's quite... well, it doesn't bug the game out, but it slows things down slightly. Net worth has now shot up. We've got ourselves a new person. Welcome. Let's see. 4, 2, and a 3. Not amazing, but we'll add you to the roster. So let's see. Let's make you into... who have we got right here? We got you. Okay, we got Our Australian friend right here, Forza. Welcome. Welcome. They've got a very interesting name. You know, when you compare them to everyone else's name, they've got numbers in their name. And then the Tsar. This is very interesting. Okay, then. So what we want to do is probably throw the houses in here. Not the houses. Throw some beds in here. In fact, moving all of them inside would be quite ideal. So like I said, for now, it's just going to be a sleeping area. It's quite confined, which is not great. We'll change the rotation of those. There we are. One there. We won't be able to get all the beds inside, but we don't need all of them. There we are. That's fine. This last bed can just be lifted. Eventually, we will make this into a storage zone for everything. For now, I think we're still hauling these flowers, or attempting to. If we can get that done, that would be pretty good. But I think they're too far away, maybe. Oh, no, they're all over here now. Took me a long time to respond to that. I saw them. They're all looking quite glum, or at least the one in the front is. Just huffing and puffing. I don't want to do this job. It's too bad. You got to do it. So our main issue right now is the blue flower beds. So at the moment we've got these ones. And this one right here. So we just need the blue ones now. We do have some of them on the way, however, which is good. 3 of them. I think there are 4 over here. I don't know if there are any others. I'm still sort of quickly scanning around the map, just hoping to find some. A rugged survivalist. Hello. What do we have that we could sell to you? We could sell some of these fine wooden window frames, but I think they would probably be sold. They would probably sell for more at a crafting merchant. I don't know if that does actually sell for more, but I feel like it should. Unfortunately, nothing that we really want to have. Trade returns. There we go. I think we got ourselves our maul. There we are, the stone maul. So it does do some extra damage, and hopefully one of our footmen will carry the ancient weapon of our people. I don't know if it's the ancient weapon of our people, but it's an ancient weapon. Some nice attributes right there, some of them in green. Does it say how much they've been increased by? Okay, yeah, plus 25. That's pretty good. So every 10 muscle, increase weapon damage by 1. So you get the minus strength, which is quite a substantial upgrade. Mostly the... Is it stamina that's increased? Or is it courage? One of them is an aura. It doesn't seem to... I guess maybe it will tell me in the job. There we go. Yeah, it just says, yeah, minus strength. Okay, then. So I'm imagining that's what that was called, right? Yeah, minus strength. So that's pretty good. So that's an extra 2.5 damage, essentially. Any of you using them all? There we are. So I want to see how much damage this does. So equipment, this is 11 versus 10. Okay, it's only an extra 1, which is not huge, but it's something. So if we're against certain enemy types, I imagine that would be quite useful. But we're carrying a good amount of them now. So these flowers are on the way. The beds are ready and the lights are glowing. It's quite pretty looking, really. Now, how much stone do we have? And also we have to remember we've mined down here. There we go. So we're getting very close to the bottom of our mine. This will look much better in the future, but for now, this is what our mine looks like. Probably want to have a ladder going all the way from the top, however. I think it would make it a little bit easier than going down the staircase like this. And then we'll make this into a huge quarry. That'd be quite fun. Might make some cranes. Sort of curious what kind of design I'm going to go for my castle. Probably something a little bit more, I don't know. I'm thinking peaked roofed, sort of Germanic, if that's the right way to say it. Sort of castle design. Sort of traditional. Usually the kind of design that is very fantasy-like. How's our food doing? Could probably do a little bit more berry picking. We do live in the Berryfields. We have to remember that. Okay, berry picking is a tradition, an ancient tradition, passed down from berry picker to berry picker. So our flowers are here now, so let's harvest them. I know some of them are a bit behind, like this one right here. And I think there should be one more, really. Oh, right. That's the middle one. I thought we had another one on the side there, but apparently not. We will harvest these pink ones as well, because we're going to need quite a few of these flowers for the flower beds that we have. waiting and ready.